Hello, everyone. Good afternoon to all of you. I hope you're doing fine. You're ready. Most probably, some of you are preparing still your lunch, or maybe some of you are already in the middle of it. So, how is lunch for you today? So, papasok na po tayo no, to the Holy Week. And I'm pretty sure many of you are already preparing for some traditions that you have been doing, mga practices that you have been doing when Holy Week is on. No? So, how are you this Wednesday? It's March 27, and I hope you're all doing fine. No? So, today is March 27. So, are you ready for the untold tales of real, raw, and unexpected moments over coffee? Or maybe let me ask you, are you a coffee lover? If you're a coffee lover, tag in your coffee lover friends, because if you're a coffee lover, most probably you have also friends who are coffee lovers. So are you ready for heartwarming stories behind coffee fueled connection? Let the untold magic of coffee aroma nurture our mental fitness this month of March. So welcome to episode 1001. Ako, naka 1001 na po kami. No, congratulations, Master Coach A. Congratulations, DCapp Coffee Republic. Congratulations, Kindred Coaches. Congratulations, Gamilino. So the Brewing Live is a community project of DCapp Coffee Republic in partnership with Life Coach Philippines International. And we are bringing in coffee traditions around the world. This is to further inspire us for gratitude, which is very important, which is a very important tool to thrive in life. So and how are you? Kumusta po kayong lahat, no? This afternoon. So if you're wanting to learn really all about coffee and how coffee is being experienced in a different part of the world, travel along with me, no? Itong mga conversation po in Decaf Coffee Republic, at most especially here in Brewing Live, basically brings you from one nation, one country to the other, no, bringing along the culture, experiencing the culture and tradition in that particular country. So today's conversation is about Tinto tradition, Colombian source. This is a naputol ata yung aking naputol yung aking title, no, but it's a Colombian source of comfort. So um, this is now our conversation, Tinto tradition, a Colombian source of comfort. So if you're a bit, you're a bit curious, what is this all about? Ano yung tinto, no? Tinto coffee, what is this all about, no? So stay with me, and also tag along your friends so you can have fun in this conversation. So join me, tag a friend, and invite someone, and don't keep us a secret as the untold magic of coffee aroma unfold over a cup of coffee of your favorite brew, no? As you circulate the link, share in the comment your kind of coffee. So ano po yung favorite coffee ninyo? Ano yung parang nilulook forward ninyong inumin na kape, no? And what kind of brew makes you smile? So what makes you smile? And coffee is one particular drink that is really very, how do you call it? It's a staple. Staple po siya na coffee na drink for Filipinos. But we, each of the different countries that are being discussed in terms of coffee connection, this brings about no a different meaning and a different practices for different people in the different countries. So how are you? Kumusta po kayong lahat, no? So ayan, nandyan si Coach Mao, no? I love latte de chocolate from Decaf Coffee Republic Worldwide. Ayan. Hindi ko pa ito natikman, Coach Mau. No? So when I go in there sa Decaf Coffee Republic next month, remind me of this so that I can taste this coffee. And I think I'll come in a little, I'll drink it earlier kasi I have this, madali po akong ma-intoxicate ng kape at hindi po ako makatulog. Ayan yung kailangan kong gawin, no? So for coffee trivia, for each and every one of you, no? So tag along your friend, meron po tayong um, magandang conversation, tag them along in here so that you can learn and you can share this also. So coffee trivia, did you know that our body can absorb 400 milligrams of caffeine per day? No, so pumasok na. Ay, hello Coach Darbel, thank you so much for hopping in. So yung aking mga tagal um Region 8 Life Coaching, no, not Region 8 Life Coaching Center. We have a new name now. Life Coach Philippines Eastern Visayas. Nasaan na sila, no? Hinahanap ko po sila. You tag them along, no? Yung ating mga kindred coaches from uh, um, Life Coach Philippines Eastern Visayas. So, how is everyone? So, shout out no to Coach Mau and Coach Darbas. Thank you so much for hopping in. So, 400 milligrams po yung kaya ng ating katawan, no? Our body can tolerate and can absorb 400 milligrams of coffee per day, and that is safe for us. It's safe for human. Basically, if you're gonna translate that into a cup of coffee, it's 4 cups of brewed coffee per day. Yun po yung kaya ng katawan natin. If you absorb about 1,000, no, 1,000 milligrams of coffee, it can bring you to insomnia and restlessness and even agitation. So I remember during the time, no, you know, when I was still a nurse, actively, doing nursing, working in a hospital, yan po yung drink, no. And when even when I became the I got promoted to becoming the chief nurse of the hospital. Meetings as management committee meetings and whatever meetings I'm in, coffee will always be served. And during management committee, we like brewed coffee, because it has less sugar. Well, it doesn't have sugar for us. You can choose not to have sugar in it, and it's purely like raw. Parang you taste the bean, no, ang yung lasa ng bean, and I love that we developed that culture. Now, lalo na kami mga babaeng na part of the management committee meeting, the assistant administrator was a woman, the financial officer was a woman, and me as the chief nurse were a woman. And we were having, meetings like coffee breaks in the morning, coffee breaks in the afternoon. I can actually come up with, I actually consume like four brewed coffee in a day. But the struggle is that since I was not then a water drinker, hindi po ako talagang conscious about water, no? And ang nangyayari it leads me to constipation. So I had to really like learn how to drink coffee after each of the meeting, no? Inom talaga po ako ng water because it leads me to having difficulty in the restroom, no? So importante po yung may water din sa katawan, hindi lang puro flavored drink or colored drinks yung ininom natin. So brewed coffee is that, no? It can be strong, or for other people they may not have that struggle, but for me yun po yung naging impact sa akin. No? And growing up, as I've said, I'm not used to actually drinking coffee. I think I started drinking coffee when I was already later part in high school because my mom was already like teaching at hindi na siya makapag-prepare, no? So for most of the Filipinos, ito po yung totoo, no? Our coffee is really a major part of breakfast paired with bread. And I remember having a conversation with a friend, no, with a batchmate of mine who is now actually earning, no, he is already a political figure, and he can buy all the breakfast that he would want, that she would want to eat, but she is actually hooked into the same type of breakfast since she was a child. So she would always have coffee. Sabi niya, natigil ko na lahat, kaya kong baguhin lahat, but I cannot, hindi ko po mababago yung kape, no, in the morning, tapos yung tinapay sinasawsaw sa kape. Most probably, for the Gen Z and the millennials, maybe it's no longer, hindi na po ninyo practice, but for us, no, in the Generation X, this is breakfast. Coffee and bread. No? At wala na pong iba yan, no? Especially for those who were, you just average earners or even those below the average earners. We cannot pair anymore the coffee with anything else except pandesal. O kaya yung monay. So yun po, no? So that yun yung story ng childhood. That's why coffee is part of the system. And when I grew up and my stomach cannot tolerate anymore the acidity because yung inuunom ko naman pong kape is basically instant, no? It's instant coffee because I don't have budget for other types of coffee, and coffee shop just bloomed here in Tacloban City lately, no? Now there's mushrooming of coffee shops here in Tacloban, but this is actually after Typhoon Yolanda. Before Typhoon Yolanda, meron, but it's not that much, no? But it's now, ngayon lang po ito talagang accessible. But before, we have to really, especially if you have that low budget, you just resort yourself to instant coffee. And a lot of times, this coffee are commercial. So, ang nangyayari, talagang nagkakaroon ng acidity impact doon sa stomach. And it happened to me. It happened to me for years and years of drinking instant coffee. It really caused so much in my stomach. So I cannot tolerate much of it. That's why was very happy when McFit was introduced, because now I can drink coffee. It has stevia in it. It has hindi siya sugar, regular coffee, sugar. So it has the stevia in it, and it's friendlier to my stomach. So I can drink coffee. But time to time when I go to coffee shops, very few, very instant, and I would ask for decaffeinated coffee. No? So yun po yung aking pong, that's my practice. So that's what why I use, because I'm protecting my chan, no? Yung aking po stomach. Hello po, Sean. Thank you so much for hopping in. So, ayan po, no? So, espresso actually, no? So, did you know that the most popular coffee drink in the entire world is espresso? And I got to experience this one time. No, people were really espresso, espresso. Yung mga kaibigan ko, talagang mga coffee lover, mga coffee addict dyan. They would say espresso is really good. And I tried it once. Oh my, hindi talaga kinaya ng tiyan ko at hindi rin kinaya talaga ng taste bud ko. No? Kasi talagang hindi ko kakayanin. Kaya, I've tasted it, no? But hindi ko na po inulit. And again, I would just resort to other types of coffee. Hindi ko kaya kasi din yung mapait po, no. So I'm just into the type of coffee na okay po sa aking palate, which is important, no, which is important. That our coffee choices would suit us and not because we're just trying to fit in with people. So ayan, sabi ni Coach Sean, there are coffee grains that are highly acidic. Yes, Coach Sean, no. And if you're one coffee lover and it na apekto na po ito sa stomach mo, that it's actually um, triggering the acidity, you might want to look into the different type of coffee grains that you might want to try, no, for, because so that you cannot sacrifice na hindi mawala yung coffee moments mo. So hello, Coach Candy, thank you for coming in. So thank you so much for joining. So espresso is the most popular coffee drink in the entire world, and this coffee type is actually originated from Italy. So iba-iba, no? Iba-iba kung saan nanggagaling yung kape. That's why it's a beautiful experience to be in to be learning here in Brewing Live, kasi it's adding so much learning to us, and it's increasing our mental energy, that whenever kahit saan ka pumunta, and if you're talking to someone who may be coffee lover next, ma-introduce ka doon, at yun, you can have something to really have conversation with, to begin a conversation with, kasi may knowledge ka. No, so that's what we are having here. And it's fun to talk about coffee, because coffee is essentially part of life. No? Even for the Filipinos, sabi ko nga, it's a staple drink for the Filipinos. Though we have different way of really drinking coffee and different way of attaching meaning to coffee, but still it's part of our culture as well. So if this is the first time you're seeing me, I am Life Coach Marife, and I'm a CACC professional life coach from Life Coach Philippines, and I'm the team lead of Life Coach Philippines Eastern Visayas, and a banner holder of Life Coach Philippines International here in Region 8. I'm a wife and a mom, and by background, if you're not familiar with me, I'm a nurse by background with almost 22 years of hospital work experience, but I've transitioned myself to becoming a coaching entrepreneur. I'm the founder and the creator of my Nth Attempt to Parenthood. This is a coaching community that seeks to empower every parent to take a stand in mental health for themselves and their children. I'm a trained public speaker, the Master Coach A, and I'm also a published author. You can look up at the seven days inspiration journal for nurses. Nasa ano po siya, nasa Amazon. So um, and all of these things I've attributed, because I'm able to do these things because I am a life coach and I have been coach. No, so I have my own life coach, and all of these things came to be because I've decided to really be intentional in my life, and to really how to live. I'm aiming to live, to thrive in life, and aiming also and goaling also that my children also do the same. Ayan. So I'm into that's why I became a professional life coach, and I support individuals just like me who are decided to overcome mental challenges in their lives so that they can live their God-given design. If you're a parent right now, now let me ask you, know that if whatever kind of parenting you have, it can only improve when you are actually processed and if you've experienced life coaching process. That's why if you're a parent, very intentional, and you're decided to overcome whatever challenges you have in terms of your relationship with the children, the best way is through the life coaching process. No. So, yan po yung aking talagang my heart. That's why I go around Region 8, I go around Eastern Visayas to be able to really create awareness, because this is the best way to go. Yeah. So going back to coffee, every nation, every culture have different meaning in how coffee is part of their life and how it is a way of life for them. Now, in Colombia, ito po yung pag-uusapan natin. Hello, Coach Nor. Thank you for hopping in. And Coach C. Now, sabi ni Coach C, let's learn something new today. Ayan. So, thank you, Yata. Thank you so much, Coach C, for tagging along your friend, and Coach Sean for tagging along some people. Thank you, Coach Nor. So, in Colombia, they call their coffee Tinto. 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 A story says that long ago, those who cannot afford Vinto Tinto or red wine settle for coffee instead. They settle for coffee instead for the wine kasi nga mahal yung wine. So coffee is referred as tinto. It's a Spanish compares black coffee to ink. Kaya nga yung tinto, I remember during the Spanish class, tinta, 'di ba? I mean, it's still Spanish. It's a Spanish word, no? Um, so ink, yun po yung sabi. Kasi kung titingnan mo, especially for black coffee, it's like a black ink, no? So tinto is used to refer to the strong dark coffee that is traditional in Colombia. Now, this is often made by brewing the coffee for a longer period of time, so you get that dark color, no? So where is Colombia? So it lies in the northwestern part of South America with both. Ang Colombia po is how do you call it? It's blessed to have, to experience the Pacific Ocean and the Caribbean, no? Caribbean Sea. So Colombia is home to many indigenous people and culture since at the least at 12,000 BC, no? The Spanish first landed, no? It was the Spanish who discovered the place, no? They landed in Guajira in 1499, after which they colonized the much present Colombia. So just like the Philippines colonized for 400 years by the Spaniards, it was also Spanish who discovered Colombia. And when you talk about Colombians, they are generally very positive, just like the Filipinos. Again, no, meron po tayong pinamana sa atin yung mga Spanyol. No, they are very positive people. They are described as having enjoyment for life, and they tend not to longer on negative aspects, and often are animated, no, charismatic and cheerful. And I think we can connect with this one. I think this is one of the, kahit dark days pa rin noon, dahil naaalala natin no, during the time when we were, for those in the Gen X, no, pinag-aaralan natin sila Padre Damaso, yung story ni Jose Rizal, yung Il Filibusterismo, yung Noli Me Tangere, where the Spaniards were really culprit, no? One of the things I believe that they blessed us with is the culture, that culture, no, of really having fun, of really taking life as it is, no? So that's why, even for the Filipino people, kami po dito, no, sa Region 8 Eastern Visayas, when we experienced Typhoon Yolanda, many people were really like robots, where they were have some, struggles. We were traumatized. But alam mo, pag may camera noon, kahit kasagsagan po nung even on the third or fourth day when we were going around Tacloban City, pag may camera, nakaganon po. Nag-smile pa rin po yung tao kahit, like you were having already, we're in the middle of those struggle, ganun, no? We tend to take life really lightly, no? And we're charismatic and cheerful, much more like the Colombians. So, ma-relate niyo po ba ito? Mayaman tayo sa history, sabi ni Coach Lynn. Yes, no? And, when I was still in college, I didn't like really history, because it was not really taught in such a way that it was fun. But now, I'm really into it. I'm more into, when I wanted to really chill out, I go for documentary movies, no? And now I'm into really looking into the historical perspective. I'm now into, Coach BJ introduced me to a historian na connected po sa biblical biblical history din. And I'm into it. No? I love it. No? And yan, Filipino po, marami na tayong sister. And Colombians are much more like that also. So they're more or less, no, may similarity tayo sa kanila. Now, coffee cultures, the coffee culture around the world owe much to Colombia, no? Because Colombia has a largest export, no, being bold brews. Bold brews po yung binibigay nila. Colombians perfected making coffee bold, no? It made it bold. No matter what grade bean is available in Colombia, the preparation matters. That's why nakukuha po nila yung tinto, no? Nakukuha po nila yung colored, no? Yung tinto na yan. So, how do they um, how do they came up with paano nila ginagawa yung they came up with a coffee tinto, no? So ito po yung process na ginagawa nila. And sabi nga dito, no, when I was doing my research, the Chemex, no, is the perfect pour over method when you want to work on tinto, Colombian tinto. So, when you say Chemex po, you can Google it, no? It para po siyang petri, how do you call it? It's a glass. It's made of glass. I remember makikita mo yung itsura niya parang nasa laboratory, no? Yung mga uh, I forgot the term, no? Pero ito yung mga mga lalagyan, no, ng mga chemical fluids. Parang ganun po yung itsura niya, no? Maliit sa taas, palaki, narrow on the brim, and then it becomes bigger on the sa ilalim po, no? So what you do is you use clean filtered water, no, but not distilled if possible, and you're not to use tap water. Yun po yung first, no, sa procedure in creating a tinto coffee, no? So you get your water hot, just off the boil to between 195 to 208 Fahrenheit. Then you'll want to reach a higher temperature for medium to light roast and about 10 degrees lower for dark roast. So depending po yun sa bean, no? So if you're using the authentic Colombian method, you can pour the water over the colador. So yung colador po, ito po yung filter po ito. It can be a cloth, no? Or for modern ka na, meron naman pong mga filter paper na ginagamit, no? Coffee filter paper na ginagamit, no? So you pour the water over the colador or the cloth filter into your pot or mug, or if you are modernizing your process, then you can use a filter, as I've said. But wet it first. Kung coffee paper po yung nagamit mo na filter, no, you have to wet it first by pouring some water through it. So you babasain niyo po ito, no? Then as you create your tinto, you use freshly ground Colombian blend every time right before you brew. So fresh po talaga, hindi yung reused coffee bean, no? So the rolling boil and heavy scoop of coffee are used to get the maximum flavor. So remember that you can actually uh, pwede nyo pong i-regulate yung taste to whatever flavor you can in, depending on the kind of grind of coffee bean that you're going to use and the amount of the coffee bean or the coffee grind that you're going to use, no? So you can scoop it, no? Heavy scoop of coffee are used to get the maximum flavor in terms of tinto. So kung gusto mo po talagang tinto, authentic tinto na dark talaga yung color, as we say, ink, no? Heavy scoop of coffee are used to get the maximum flavor. Then you boil it, no? Then remember that you can alter the taste always. Again, as I've said earlier, depending on the grind, no? Changing the kind of grind that you're gonna use or changing the amount of coffee, no? So you boil it, no? You boil it, and before you fully brew it, you'll need to bloom. Ito po yung bloom is, this is the phase when coffee lets out, no? Lets out, or coffee lets off the gas trap when the coffee bean is roasted. Pag niro-roast po yung coffee bean, may pumapasok po yung gas, no? Yung because 'di ba umiinit to inside the coffee bean. So when you have to bloom it, so matagal po yung boiling nito, no? So that the trapped gas will be able to get out. It will go up into the surface of your boiled coffee or boiled ground coffee, no? And lalabas po ito, and then you will see the bubbles in the surface. Now, after this, no, pag lumabas na yung bubble, definitely matatanggalan din po siya ng water will also evaporate along with it. So now you can pour this coffee slowly and patiently, to and extract the most flavor for a clean, fresh, and rest taste. No? So, importante po na slow po yung pouring para hindi din po mahalo yung yung grounded coffee doon po. No? So, importante po yung process so that you get it, no? You get the real taste of Colombian Tinto, no? So it's a process, no? Ang process po is iba-iba. And I do remember when I was, as I've said, I've mentioned earlier, I think in my previous live, that binoboil din po ng lola ko because we were growing growing arabica po in our yard, and pag pulang-pula na, well, pinapakain sa amin kasi sweet naman po yung coffee fruit, no, yung and remember, when you say coffee, it's not a tree, it's a berry. So sinisipsip po noon, tapos dinadry ni lola yung seed, tapos ito po ay ginagrind niya, and then binoboil niya, and so may kape na po kami. And kaya lang, sabi nga, kung nagmamadali ka, pati po yung grind, yung grounded coffee bean, masama yan at malunok mo. Kaya sabi nga dito, pour slowly and patiently, extract the most, so that you can extract the most flavor for a clean, fresh, and rich taste when you want to enjoy Tinto coffee, or the Colombian Tinto. No, so as I've said earlier, this is a welcome drink. No, in Colombian culture, a Tinto is more than just a cup of coffee. It is deeply embedded in the way they socialize with family and friends. So, Colombian Tinto or coffee is a reason to meet with friends, just like us. No? We wanted, oh, coffee naman tayo. Parang it's the easiest way for us to have, to really meet up. No? So, it's a reason to meet with friends or special person and have a chat over Tinto. So, in Colombia, it is a drink offered, no? Offered as a warm welcome to our homes. I don't know with you, but hindi po ito, well, like for us in our family, it's not our culture. Kasi nga po mainit dito sa Pilipinas, so we don't want to say, kape muna tayo, especially kung dadating yung bisita in the morning or in the middle of the, tulad ngayon, afternoon. Parang hindi natin, um, unless you are in a coffee shop and you're drinking, you're eating your meal there in a coffee shop, you want coffee after, mainit. But if you're in the home, mainit po yung bahay, medyo hindi din ka na-encourage magkape, di ba? So in Colombia, it's how they welcome dito po sa atin, no, because we're highly diversified and because we have been colonized by Spanish, American, marami po tayong nag-colonize sa atin. So may mga panahon, a lot of times it's juices and it's cola that we offer. But in Colombia, no, basically it's what they offer to welcome you in their homes. Yung kape po, yung ginagamit nila. No, so now doing the process alone of um, Colombian Tinto, no, allows you to see how special the occasion, kasi nga e-effortan mo yan, or how special the person is. If you're one person na you want to really, you're that person is special, would want, rather than to buy, you would want to create the coffee, and while you're creating it, you can have conversation with the person, or the process even alone, it makes it more special kasi nga po you do an effort, no. There are three things, no, that gusto kong i-share. Was I was reflecting and I was really doing the presentation, it dawned, there were my reflection, and dawned on me some learnings about how we prepare the Colombian Tinto, may also be how we can really, have a reflection of how we look at life, no. So one of the three learnings lang po itong i-share ko po sa inyo, reflecting from the process of preparing Colombian Tinto. Number one is the filtering process, no? The colador, or the filter cloth, no? Or how you call it, the dito po yung sifter, no? We call it yung ano yung Tagalog nun? It's a filter cloth, but you can also use yung pinagsasalahan natin, no, ng whatever it is that we want to separate the solid and the liquid. No? So, but anyway, filter cloth, no, water is filtered to ensure, no, sa tubig pa lang po, finifilter na po yung tubig. Yes, Coach Sean. Sabi ni Coach Sean, coffee time is a good moment to get connected. Yes, Coach Sean. Totoo yan. So, during the filtering process, as you, yan, tama yan, Coach Lynn, katsa, yung katsa, tama yan, no? So, 'Di ba yun yung ginagamit nating filter cloth, no? Water is filtered to ensure, no? Sa process po ng tinto, Colombian tinto, the water alone is filtered, no? It to ensure the cleanliness of the water so that the coffee will not be contaminated by any other taste than its real flavor, yung kape lang, no? So if you look back, no, in life, we need to be able to filter all our thoughts. We need to filter our activities or even people in our space so we get to truly know ourselves. Because often the influences of the world will get in the way of really being able to know who we are and what we really want. Isn't it right, no? Growing up, marami po tayo mga influences to the point no, that we're doing things, but when you reflect on it, is this what I really want? Ang totoo na we're influenced. That's why, just like the way you prepare your tinto coffee, no? May filtering process po din dyan. And we can, if you're listening to me right now, and you are an adult already, no? At alam mo na yung right and wrong, and and but you don't actually really know what you truly want because you're full of so many influences. This is one way. You need to be able to filter your activities, filter your thoughts, filter the people in your space so that you can journey really towards self-awareness. And because when you're journeying towards self-awareness, definitely confidence and courage can come in because you know who you are and what you really want. It clearly, when you are journeying towards confidence and courage, it clearly allows you to achieve, no, and allow you to see what is really working in your life. That's why in our lives, we need to do a lot of filtering, no? Sabi ni Leslie, no? Hello, Leslie. Thank you for rapping. Super agree, coach. Life coach. Yeah, super agree daw siya, no? So, we need to really filter. Kasi marami po talaga tayong influences. And some of it, we don't even know because we grew up with family, with friends. We grew up with them. But if you really look deep inside, is this what I really want? No? Sometimes we want to fit in and to the point we're pressured, so ginagawa na lang natin, but that's what we really want. No? And this is really very important that you come into a space of filtering because I believe each and every one of us are created with a purpose. And kung influenced tayo by other people, no, we never get to really get to discover what our purpose is because we're simply fitting in with other people's desire for us, no? So we need to be able to do the filtering process just like in the preparation of the Colombian tinto. Second reflection that I got from the process of Colombian tinto is that every brew will require a new freshly ground Colombian blend before brewing. So talagang naka-specify po yun sa process. When you want to get the best of Colombian tinto coffee, you need to have freshly ground Colombian blend. So gagamit ka ng bago, hindi mo ulitin, no? So in life, whatever goal we set, we needed to have a clean start. New thoughts, new ways of doing things, new space. We cannot carry the past pains or limiting beliefs because it will influence the result. That's why a lot of people now are having struggle because they want to do things over and over again, but they're expecting a different result, which cannot be. No, I mean we can only go far, no, to do new things when we are not chained in the past. When we're chained in the past, each time you're doing something, papalo po yun yung subconscious sabi na, wag na yan kasi nangyari na yun before, ganun. So you give up and you don't move forward. So if you want, you're aiming for something, you want to achieve something, you need to come into a space of a fresh start. Fresh start, fresh, renewed, fresh faith, fresh hope, fresh lahat po yan. No? We have to do that, no? That's why it's very important. Like here in Life Coach Philippines, no, one of the things that really is a gift is we are no I'm part of the Be Learning Society. We're learning new mental models, and because the mental model that each one of us have is actually influenced by the people in our space growing up. We have our own mental models, we have our own built in, but when you are learning some ways of thinking, so nag-change yung perspective mo, you're learning new mental models, so you're able to approach whatever goal and whatever situation you're in a fresh way. So kaya nga po, mental model works, no? Mental model works, like for me, it works for me. And there's so many things that I've been learning for, I think mga 2 years na rin tayo, no? If I'm not mistaken, no? So, kasi when you want to really do something, you want to do something new, you want to come from a space of a fresh start, you cannot carry whatever thoughts you have in the past, whatever struggle it is in the past, because it will be a bias to what you are doing right now, so you'll not get the result. So sabi nga doon sa Colombian Tinto, when you're preparing it, fresh brew. And same with you, fresh thought, fresh hope, fresh faith, lahat yun fresh, so that you can come up really with a very beautiful uh, goal, and you can pursue it with all of those energy na kailangan mo, so that you can achieve that goal. The third reflection that I got, no, from the process of the Colombian Tinto is that Tinto coffee is done with a timer. May timer po siya, no, para to make it right in flavor. Kasi hindi mo pwede siyang madaliin. In fact, you get that dark color tinto, sabi nga natin ink, no, dark talaga siya, because may process po at matagal po yung boiling process, and you need to really a timer to really get the right flavor. So pag kinuha mo kasi ng early, you're not gonna get it. So dapat may timer po siya. So you need to wait for it to bloom. Sabi nga natin bloom, magbo-boil po siya, no? Tapos mawawala yung air doon sa trap in the roasted coffee bean, so that you get the taste, no? This phase means letting out the gas trap when coffee is roasted. Because so many times may mga ginagawa po tayo, tapos may napsasama po siya doon sa mga gusto nating gawin, pero hindi naman talaga siya kasama doon, no? So when done right, you see the bubbles in the surface. And I cannot help but reflect, no, of how many times we all can be impatient. When I am impatient, no, for success to come, that often, I cut corners and end up frustrated because the result was not the one that I expected. No. So everything is life is a process, and just like the Tinto coffee, kailangan mo hintayin, kailangan maging patient ka. Everything in life is a process, and one must undergo each of those process to get what is supposed to be, what is destined for you. Minsan kasi we jump, no? Gusto natin ito na lang gawin natin kasi mahirap naman to. Kaya gusto natin gawin yung madali. Because we don't want to be patient, we don't want to be waiting. No? So tuloy, we get something that what is not what we really wanted. No? So everything in life is a process. We must undergo the process to get what is supposed to be, what is destined for us, or what is destined for you. We can't wait much, and we go ahead of ourselves. We go ahead of God, and we end up messing up our own success. Sometimes ginagawa nating shortcut, ang nangyayari, long cut tuloy. Because hindi natin gustong daanan yung proseso. Tinatakbuhan natin po yung process. And that's the beauty when I went into life coaching, na pinaintindi sa akin through the life coaching process, that there are things that takes time. But it doesn't mean you just simply sit down and wait on it, but rather you continue to pursue some learning, some skill development, because you are waiting upon, you are readying yourself for the right time that comes along, that will come along when you are actually ready. So it's that, no? It's that. Ito po yung mga three things that allowed me to reflect when reading into how to prepare the Colombian Tinto coffee, no? Or Tinto or coffee. That's how when you say Tinto, automatic kape po yan sa Colombia. So how much are we really, how much are you filtering the people in your space, how much you're filtering your thoughts, how much you're filtering the activities that you're doing, that you don't get overwhelmed, so that you can really enjoy the best of life and what God wants you to enjoy. How much of how much also of really allowing yourself to experience fresh thoughts, starting anew. Or maybe you're one person who don't want to start anew. Gusto mo yun na lang, no? I remember last night, I was hearing the famous, favorite ko po siyang speaker, famous preacher, Miles Monroe, when he said that there are so many things in our mind that traps us, when in fact we have been set free already, pero nandyan pa rin tayo sa ganyang pananaw, to the point that we're not experiencing the best of what God has says an abundant life, no? So how much are we into that na hindi naka-chain pa rin tayo sa nakaraan? And how much of our lives are really we are cutting corners, no? How much are we do what are the things that we've been doing in our lives because we are impatient to tuloy that we're not really experiencing, no, what God wanted us to experience. So it's one thing that we need to really reflect on. Remember now that the road to success is always under construction. The road to success is always under construction. And so we need to really look back. We really be mindful, take a good look, no, in our lives so that we can experience the beauty of the process, just like the Colombian Tinto. No? Life is a process. And just like the Tinto coffee process, if you quit on it, you're actually quitting on the result. That's why we need to really look into the filtering process. We need to be able to look into starting fresh, not giving up on life, and not quitting on things that we have been praying for, but continuously learning about it so that we can pursue it, and definitely, patiently holding on to the beautiful promise of God, holding on to our own potential, that God has blessed us with, so that we can move forward and really experience the best of life. Just like when we do the process of Colombian Tinto, we can only experience the best taste of that beautiful coffee, of that yummy coffee, of the taste of the Tinto coffee, if we are really working on the process and patiently waiting for it, doing it step by step. So thank you so much for hopping in, and I hope we cannot skip the season. Totoo yan, Coach Sean. You have to move through it. Life is a process. So thank you so much for hopping in, and I hope that you get to a space of reflection of this sharing. You can review this live, no, so that you can get into really getting the best of what I've shared, and maybe God will show you, so many things pa from what I've shared. So maraming salamat for hopping in with me. In closing, I'd like to thank you for joining me today, really, and supporting the advancement of mental fitness. When we invite you to join us again tomorrow for another conversation, but we may invite you to our face-to-face community events in the Coffee Republic, and most especially during Kapihan Night Tuesdays. That's on Tuesday with Master Coach A, and especially the prayer time at Tabel Life at the Campfire, Thursday. And DCAP is open up all night, 5 p.m. to 5 a.m., to really be able to cater to you. If you're one person who cannot sleep, you're having some struggle, or if you want really to run to a safe space, DCAP Coffee Republic is in there. No, Pioneer Center Compound, United Street, Capitolio, Pasig City. You can just hop in there. And if you want to express yourself, every Saturday, open mic, no, with Coach Orville. This is Fab Saturday. Express yourself in music, poetry, and even in spoken word, because mental health is actually self-expression. So it's good to really be able to have good conversation so that you get to see the best of the best of who you are and discover more of life. So join in po, no, kayo sa Decaf Coffee Republic, 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. up all night, no? And let me invite you also tonight. We have a very beautiful class with Master Coach A, cash flow quadrant. So if you want to move into a financial confidence, cash flow quadrant redefined is tonight at 8:30 p.m. So connect with Coach Rizel, no, 0917-586-1661, or you may connect with me po, no, if you're from, especially if you're from Tacloban City or in Region 8, 0975-995-2382, so that I can facilitate you to the registration process for tonight's class, no. So my registration po ito mamayang gabi, but if you know Master Coach A, you know that the class is much more in price than the registration in itself. No? So if you're interested also to becoming a professional service provider or as a life coach like me, we're going to be having life coaching certification here in Tacloban City at Hotel de Fides on April 6 and 7. So we're open now. Please tell your friends. Leslie, I hope you can hop in with us in here now. So life coaching certification class, no, will be April 6 and 7. So if you want to learn more about Coactively Co-Create Life Coach Certification Program by Master Coach A, just connect with Coach Rizal, 0917-586-1661. Or if you're in the vicinity, you're in Tacloban, you want to know more about it, connect with me, 0975-995-2382. So hop in, no, connect with us, be a life coach, just have fun. And life coaching allowed me to see with clarity what the purpose the purpose that God has for me, and I'm pursuing it right now. I'm truly enjoying life as I do life coaching. No? So join us again tomorrow. No, never forget to join us again tomorrow. Learn more about coffee and coffee culture, coffee traditions, and some of the reflection that you're gonna be getting from the sharing. So same time, same digital space for episode 1002. No, soothing elixir, exploring the South African hindi ko ma-pronounce, Rubos Latte by Life Coach Maureen. So bukas po yan, 12 noon. So this is Life Coach Marife Garfin, mentally fit to serve in behalf of Life Coach Philippines. This is us in the Philippines. Love, bam, boom. We look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. God bless everyone. Maraming salamat po.
As a business owner, are you overwhelmed by the need to post beautiful, engaging content every single day? Are you left wondering what to write? Tired of scrolling through stock photos that all start to look the same? Confused by complicated graphic design programs? Rise Up Creatives is here to help. Each month, we give you everything you need to create 31 days of social media content in just 5 minutes a day. Customizable captions, curated lifestyle photos, a drag-and-drop graphic design tool, and the ability to post directly to your social media accounts. No one else empowers you with these 4 resources all in one place. Each month, we help you plan your social media calendar by providing you with 31 image themes and customizable captions so you can quickly and easily create engaging content and grow your following. Simply select the image that works best for your feed or story. Then, copy the caption and customize it to fit your audience. 5 minutes a day. It's that quick. Plus, you'll absolutely love our drag-and-drop graphic design tool. Start from scratch or choose one of our beautiful templates to fit your unique brand. When you're ready to export your design, you can download, email, or post directly to your social media accounts. Here's the truth. Our world needs what you have to offer. Don't let technology or procrastination hold you back. Rise Up Creatives is more than an online resource. We're a community helping you overcome your biggest barriers to reach your greatest goals. We're here to help you rise up and be creative.